15 seconds before we start. Here we go. 6 red lights on the gantry. They're out, and that means we are underway for this race. Girl out. Let's see what he can do. What can he do on his debut in the SR3 league? Oh, a car immediately almost spearing off left-hand side into the wall, but manages to save it. That's Chris Smith, I think, who doesn't have the best start of his life, but crucially manages to keep it out of the wall. That would have been a big one. So I thought Smith's now at the back. So he went under attack immediately from Jay Craig on the outside. He's allowing everyone behind him to get closer as well. Crucially, this is not allowing Anthony Wynn to build a gap. And that's all that Jay Craig wants. AJ Masick finds himself on the back of those two as well now. AJ Masick, what can he do? Can he just let the two in front fight? He was smart with the fighting as well against Anthony Wen in Suzuka. Only really sends it when necessary. So AJ knows what's up. Great. Crucially for him now, he's ahead of AJ Masick. So hopefully he can chase down the guy or Anthony Wen from the start. See the gap that these front three are already creating to Lau. Lau. 6 seconds is the gap, but if they keep fighting at the front, then they will allow him to get closer. So all three of them, Linus Stone, AJ Masick dropping off a bit, but all very smart. They know what they're doing. And I think it was closer than what we saw in qualifying. You really have to nail that lap. And when you don't, you really, really do get punished for it. If you get invalidated laps, doesn't help either. AJ Masick, 1.1 seconds the gap now to Jay Craig. It's important here though, let's be honest, that Anthony takes full points. After a victory that looked like his at Lime Rock Park. But he got denied by a back marker. Yeah, there's Lau's resume in chat. And it's quite an impressive one, I have to say. So he good matchup for these drivers. Let's see if he can do it in the sim as well. Got loads of experience. AJ Masek with a mistake. That does allow to get closer. Barbarian once again there with him. He's too eagerly anticipating anything that's happening ahead of him. There's the One Line Racing TV helicopter in the skies. We're on board with the helicopter right now. There we go. Beautiful from our director. Our production behind the screens. Donny. Massive love to Donny, of course. Our hero. Behind the scenes. The One Line Racing Center. And our hero at One Line Racing TV. Anthony, when I hope for Anthony, bless his soul, that he isn't going to need to lap at least 12 drivers again. Because that was, let's be honest, quite something. Edgar Lau, here he is, our LMP driver, our GT4 driver who's recently done the Mustang GT4, one of the best sounding cars on the grid, if not the best. And he's in a lovely sounding car again. Girl out 1.9 seconds off of AJ Masek, who has been making some mistakes. Obviously a track where the braking zones and everything are so tricky. And you can make mistakes here. For example, at the hairpin you have the runoff if you go straight. You stay on AstroTurf. Or where you stay on the asphalt, sorry. You have to go into the grass or an AstroTurf. Those front brake discs glowing. And I go now, flies past the shot. Immediately getting into that toe, you can see he knows exactly what's up. This is Smith that he is overtaking. Gets the job done. Anthony went at the front of the field, 5.6 seconds of a gap. The biggest we've seen so far this season. Putting in a tremendous stint so far. 1/3 down almost in this race. And Anthony's doing amazing. I have to say, Edgar Lau taken to the sim amazingly. already P4 on his debut. So taken to the sims at the One Line Racing Center perfectly. It's going to be difficult, I think, for him to do anything championship-wise, since he has almost already missed 50% of the races, but maybe picking up a win here or there now for Edgar Lau would be amazing. It does look easy at the front for Anthony Wen, but trust me, it isn't. You have to be on your A game all the time. And after 5 laps, Anthony Wen is about 5.4 seconds in the lead. That's about a second every lap. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you, is not bad at all. See if he can keep that up for the rest of the race. We do know that AJ Masick usually struggles at the beginning to find his pace. Doesn't look like, from what we've seen in the past 3 races, that Jay Craig or Anthony Wen struggle with this. Which that will be a surprise to me. A little bit of an oversteer moment once again. Trying to solve understeer by making it oversteer. It's an option, not an option that the tires would rather prefer, but an option that is really a quick fix if you only do it a couple of times. We'll ask the drivers in the post-race interviews as well about tires, how important that is. This tire wears off, damages off. All that kind of stuff is off, but tire temperature is on. And if these tires do get too hot, they do start losing grip, or if they're not hot enough, there's just no grip at all. Sunset, one of the most beautiful corners in racing, especially when there is actual sunset and you go through that corner. That is just, yeah, it's something special. And that's what I mean, you have to go on the power. And Anthony Wen, the leader of the race, in a bit of trouble coming out of turn 1. You have to stay on top of your game. You have to stay concentrated. One moment in terms of lack of concentration, and another big snap getting on the curb on turn 3. And there is Jay Craig. Within a second of him now. Exactly what Jay Craig wanted. And the fight is back at the front of the field. With Jay Craig now, further in P2. Now, we do know that, let's be quite frank here, Anthony Wen has the pace. I don't think anyone's beating him in terms of pace here today, in any other races. But the consistency wasn't quite there yet. And that means that Jay Craig is now 6/10 behind him. And that slipstream is gonna do wonders for him. In half a second now, Jay Craig. To get his consistency together, because it cannot be the case that, especially when you're fighting for championships, that all of a sudden you lose 6 seconds. Then I say take it back a percent or 2, maybe 3, if need be 5, but drive at a safe speed where you know you can be consistent and that you can be within 2 or 3 tenths maximum of lap after lap after lap. Look after your tires, look after the tire temperatures. But hey, this ain't no damn endurance race, this is a sprint. You need to get every little ounce out of it from what's in there. Overtaking traffic, this is going into Bishop Bend. Always a tricky place to catch traffic, but traffic there getting out of the way nicely. Not in the way at all. Knew what was coming. And made sure that they were out of the way. Massic, I don't think we'll be joining this fight anytime soon. 9 seconds is the gap. And he doesn't seem to be having as much fun as he did in the first race. Oh, big moment for Jay Craig though. And that is going to set our leader in the race free. 9 seconds is the gap to AJ Masick behind. That's a massive moment coming out of turn 1. Jay Craig, happy that the damage is off. But what a moment coming out of turn 1. And that has given our race leader a massive gap. 7 seconds now. And with 12 minutes left, I assume about 6 laps to be completed, that should be job done. You shouldn't even have to look behind him anymore. Nicolau might be in with a shot of a podium here in the first time that he's taking part. One thing's for sure, and that is that he knows how to drive with all the experience that he's got. Yeah, Jake had that. Oh, spinner. That's Josh Olsen. Josh Olsen has gone round into 37. Man, let go Lau having to avoid him. Not losing too much time in the process, luckily for him though. Gab once again, even though Jay Craig has had that moment, he's just more and more, he's just more confident it seems like than Anthony went. Gap at the front of the field was 7 seconds, down to 5.3. AJ Masick back into this fight as well, only 4 seconds behind. Turn 1 is so incredibly tricky. You have to go on the power before you can see the exit of the corner. It's blind commitment, and that sometimes can end up in you just getting in trouble a bit on the exit. Oh, that's a great moment to switch to Sam Dunford, isn't it? The production curse, we'll call that one. It won't only be me having angry letters from Anthony Wen on my doorstep, but Donny behind the scenes at One Line Racing Centre will have some angry letters, maybe some angry drivers in front of him after the race. But Sam Dunford, not the moment that we wanted to cut to him. Edgar Lau, this is the moment you want to switch to him though, because he's within 0.8 of a podium on debut, and that would be one special thing, or one special way to open your One Line Racing Centre league racing career. Edgar Lau, 5/6 of a second into Sunset Bend, keeps it tight, gains through the corner a bit. The exit will be for AJ Masick, but not that much. Slipstream will do its work now for Edgar Lau. Will be gaining that for that whole straight, then into turn one. It's so difficult to find the turn-in point there, especially. One of the ways that we usually do that is by finding the cutout in the wall on the right hand side. That's when you want to start turning. 4.2 at the front of the field. 8 minutes left. It's 1 second every 2 minutes. That should be doable. 1 second every lap. With a potential moment still on the horizon. That's not too bad. See when Anthony will settle down, will start to push. I have a feeling he might be saving this as well. Just making sure, doing what I said, driving a comfortable pace. Making sure he doesn't make any stupid mistakes. Here's Connor Smith. Trying to catch up to Sam Dunford. Gap is 40 or 45 seconds, yes. That's some way to go still. I don't think now he'll be able to catch that up if nothing happens. Andrew Berrien, with a good result so far, in a good position. Went off track. That was just before Bishop Bend. It was coming out of turn 13. At the front of the field, it seems like AJ Masick has been dropped again, but AJ Masick himself has dropped Edgar Lau. That gap is now 1.1 seconds again. It keeps ebbing and flowing, this battle. We close down to about a 10th or 6th, maybe 4. And then it'll open up again and we'll close back down like we've done now. The question is, when will Edgar be able to pounce? You know, as a driver who has so much experience, you don't need to give him even a glimpse of hope, because he will take it. But Edgar Lau, I think for him, no matter what really happens here, this will be an achievement in itself. When is Edgar Lau gonna pounce? All right, here we go then. On board with Edgar Lau for a lap around this beautiful Sebring circuit with some traffic on the way. Going a bit wide into turn 3. Manages to gather it back up though. I think we're going to see much more of Edgar Lau. If this is his first time at the One Line Racing Centre, he is definitely enjoying his time. But here is the man of the evening so far. Will he make it 2 more laps, or is it 1 more lap to go soon? We'll see. It'll be close, that's one thing that's for sure. Have about a minute from now on to get through Bishop Bend, 15 and 16, that long back straight. Oh, over the curbs hard for Anthony. I think he's going to make it, you know. He's going to make it 2 more laps. 15 laps going to be completed at the end of this one then. Yeah, he'll easily get there. Still has half a minute left, only has Sunset Bend to go. Goes really wide. Yeah, 2 laps left, ladies and gentlemen. If he doesn't make any mistakes. Having to overtake some lap traffic into turn 1 is never nice. Feeling that is Chris Smith, who he just overtook. See if in 1.5 laps Jake Gray can catch up 4 seconds. I don't think he can with the way that Anthony's been driving so far, but who knows, maybe Anthony hasn't done a mistake in him. Of course we hope not for Anthony, but Jake will be praying for one, else it's going to be a maximum points evening for Anthony. We'll only have Anthony into the booth as well. We can have a bit more of an in-depth interview with him after this race. Smith in P10, not loving life at the moment. Edgar Lau is going to do everything that he could have hoped for. A win against these guys would have been sensational, but that is just not quite in the locker yet. He has given it his absolute everything though, and he's on the cusp of a podium. And oh boy, would it be cool to see Edgar Lau on his debut stand on at least one of the steps. But AJ Masek has been proving to be just a little bit too quick for him still this evening. as we've now entered the final lap of this race. The final lap of the evening. Gap at the front, 5.4. No need to push for Anthony anymore. Just bring it home now. For Edgar now, enough reason to push. Only 1.5 seconds back from AJ Masek. 1.3, he's gaining. The closer he gets, the better that slipstream will start working. He will feel it just a tiny bit now. Not any noticeable yet. Maybe a kilometer an hour. He's there, he's a second down only. He's a second down only. Edgar now giving it absolutely everything on this last lap. Will it be enough? It will probably be for Anthony Wen. He's not really been under threat this race. Has led this from start, from lights to flag. Anthony Wen will go through Sunset Bend for one final time to complete a maximum point scoring evening for Anthony Wen. He does a great job for the championship. Jay Gregg does everything he could ask himself to do. And with that mistake, he'll be kicking himself. It'll only be P2 because he had it. AJ Masek fends off Edgar Lau, who we have to take a bow for, because in what is only his first evening yet in these SR3s, he takes a 4th place and was not too far off AJ Masek either. Andrew Berrien into Sunset Bend for a final time as well. Waiting for everyone to finish now. Andrew Berrien finishes in P5. Waiting for Sam Dunford. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Yes, we can hear you, Anthony. Welcome in. How are you?
Good, good. How are you?
Yeah, good. You must feel pretty awesome after this evening. I have to say, a maximum point scoring evening for you. Doing a great job in the championship as well. You must feel confident now.
Yeah, I think this week was a little bit of a redemption from last week, so I feel really good about it.
We do have to ask you because we've got a lot of questions about that in the chat. How are the tires? Because we do know that tire temperature is on. Do you have to take that into account when racing?
I don't think there's tire degradation on. So just if you do slide or put the tire out, then the next couple turns are pretty slick. But other than that, it's just really fatiguing towards the long race. Towards the end, you kind of make mistakes here and there.
Yeah, we saw that, especially in the second race here at Sebring. You made a mistake in turn 1. Anthony?
Oh, there you are. I got you.
No, you're back. Well, my question was, would you say that the consistency throughout the race, being able to consistently put in the laps without mistakes, is one of your weaknesses?
Yes, definitely. I have a track record for at least one off per race.
Well, we saw one here at turn 1 at Sebring. How scary was that one?
Yep, that was it.
Well, Anthony, thank you very much. Congratulations on your 2 victories, and we'll let you leave.
All right, thank you.
Well, Anthony Wayne coming in after his race. That was an amazing evening of racing once again. Well, thank you all very much for watching. We'll be back next week with 2 more races of the One Line Racing Center October Radical SR3 week. We're back at Magione and Road America. Until next week, goodbye.